On the 6th of October 2024, PLD Space broadcast a YouTube livestream called Beyond, where they shared their latest innovations with the public. They announced an exciting development, a brand new lineage of rockets dubbed Mura Next. But the surprises didn't end there. They also introduced a European spacecraft similar to the SpaceX Crew Dragon known as LINCE, which means Lynx in Spanish. While the presentation itself is quite long, don't worry, this video breaks the announcement down into a 10-minute summary, packed full of screenshots and video clips from the presentation. PLD Space divided their presentation into 3 phases. The Now phase. This encompasses the current efforts of PLD Space, with the bulk of their team working on projects slated for 2025 to 2027. The New phase, kicking off in 2028, this phase involves the evolution of Mura 5 rocket, with enhancements labelled as Block 1.1, Block 1.2 and other future upgrades. The next phase, from 2028 onwards. This phase aligns with the Beyond theme of the presentation, looking into the future. In this video, we will zoom in on the freshly announced vehicles, the Mura Next range of rockets, and the crewed capsule, LINCE. Additionally, we'll touch upon the upgrades for the Mura 5, specifically the Block 1.1 enhancements mentioned during the event. Okay, let's get into the details. PLD Space revealed their launch manifest for Mura 5. The maiden flight is expected at the end of 2025 from the French Guiana spaceport, ramping up to 30 launches in 2030. In order to fly that many rockets, they will need to substantially increase the number of rocket engines they produce. They have been building a brand new factory for this. They have a sales pipeline of €596 million, including €47 million in signed contracts. Mura 5 block upgrades will enhance the ability of PLD Space to recover the first stage. Initially, this will be for inspection, then refurbishment and finally reuse. PLD Space estimates that the Mura 5 Block 1.1 can result in a 60% cost savings by reusing it. They also revealed the mission patch for the first flight of Mura 5. Okay, onto the brand new vehicles. Mura Next family of vehicles aims to provide 100% European-based launch capability that covers 100% domestic and international payload launch needs. Let's go over the Mura Next specs. It's 60 meters tall, has a diameter of 3.5 meters and is a 2-stage vehicle. It uses biokerosene, that's RP1, and liquid oxygen as propellant. It's manufactured from aluminium with some composite materials. It uses the closed cycle oxygen-rich stage combustion engine, and it uses 5 engines on the first stage. In recoverable mode, the Mura Next vehicle can lift 10,200 kilos to a 420 kilometer orbit. That's the same orbit as the ISS, the International Space Station, and return to a landing vessel. It can lift 6,650 kilos when returning the vehicle back to base, 8,300 kilos to 500 km sun-synchronous orbit and returning to a landing vessel, and 5,130 kilos when returning the vehicle back to base. And for a geotransfer orbit, 2,900 kilos returning to a landing vessel, and just 1,100 kilos when returning the vehicle back to base. In expendable mode, the Mura Next vehicle can lift 13,580 kilos to a 420 km orbit. For a sun-synchronous orbit, that's 500 kilometers, it can lift 11,275 kilos, and for the geotransfer orbit, it can lift 4,595 kilos. PLD Space anticipates that Mura Next will be on the pad for its maiden flight by 2030. Let's go over the specs of the Mura Next heavy vehicle. It's 67 meters tall, has a diameter of 3.5 meters and 10.5 meters at the base. It's a 2-stage vehicle. The first stage consists of the central core plus boosters and a second stage. The propellant is biokerosene RP1 and liquid oxygen. The structure of the vehicle is aluminium and composite material, and the engine type is closed cycle oxygen-rich stage combustion. It will have 15 engines on stage 1 and produce thrust of 16,600 kilonewtons. In recoverable mode, the Mura Next heavy vehicle can lift 19,500 kilos to a 420 km orbit. That's the same as the International Space Station. The central core would be expendable with the boosters returning back to base. For a sun-synchronous orbit, it's 16,250 kilos, with the central core expendable and the boosters returning to base, and geotransfer orbit is 7,160 kilos, again with the central core expendable and the boosters returning back to base. In expendable mode, that is, the central core and all the boosters would be expended, The Mura Heavy can send 36,000 kilos to an ISS orbit. For a Sun-synchronous orbit, it can send 30,580 kilos, and geotransfer orbit 15,140 kilos. PLD Space states that the maiden flight of the Mura Next Heavy vehicle will be 1 to 2 years after the Mura Next first flight. And finally, for launch vehicles, the Mura Next Super Heavy. By 2033, Mura Next Super Heavy, according to Raul Torres, will allow full Stage 1 reusability, aviation-like operations, enabling human multiplanetary expansion. In expendable configuration, the Super Heavy can lift 53,000 kilos to low Earth orbit or ISS, and 23,000 kilos to geo-equatorial orbit, and 16,695 kilos to the surface of the Moon, or 13,600 kilos to the surface of Mars. I did not see a slide for the payload of the Super Heavy in recoverable mode. Okay, let's move on to the LINS project, that is, the crewed capsule. PLD Space is developing a crewed capsule to fly on top of the single-core version of Mura Next. Think of this capsule as similar to Crew Dragon from SpaceX. The shape, heat shield and interior design, even down to the screens for the commander and pilot, look the same as Crew Dragon. Let's go over an overview of this capsule. It can transport 4 to 5 crew to a 420 km ISS-like orbit using the Mura Next single-core vehicle. It can send 5,000 kilos to orbit, 3,400 kilos in cargo, and has a volume of 8 cubic meters. It's moon transfer capable, allowing human transfer for future space stations beyond Earth. This suggests that Europe will be able to independently fly crew to the Gateway space station orbiting the Moon, once it has been built as part of the Artemis program. The goal is the first orbital flight in 2030. Payload will be 3 instrumented mannequins to measure flight environment during ascent and re-entry. PLD Space has been working on LINS as a secret project with a small workforce for about 1 year now. They have completed the following tasks. Space architecture. PLD Space has already built hardware. That's more than the ESA Crew Space Transportation System program achieved, which was funded in 2008, but finished without building any hardware. It has completed the technological roadmap, models logic, vehicle configuration and subsystem requirements, program milestones, and business plan. The LINS Engineering Model 1, as seen in the video and photos, has been manufactured using real materials, and it uses the infrastructure of Mura 5. That probably means it's using the tooling and machines used to manufacture the Mura 5 vehicle. Phase 1 objectives. 3 mannequins to an orbit of 420 kilometers, that's an ISS-like orbit, and it will use the Mura Next single-core vehicle. 3 days in orbit, and that's fully autonomous, and it will have a landing site somewhere in the Atlantic Mediterranean. So what are the timelines for the Mura Next vehicles and the LINS capsule? PLD Space will use the Mura 5 first stage to launch the LINS capsule, and at max Q, that is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure, where the vehicle experiences the most structural stress, it will activate the LES, or Launch Escape System. This will verify that the crew capsule can escape from the launch vehicle at the worst possible time and safely land the crew. The first LINS in-flight test is scheduled for 2028 from the French Guiana spaceport. Integrated drop tests will start in 2025, pad abort test in 2028, in-flight abort test 2028, non-manned mission starting 2030, and manned mission will be sometime after 2030. Mura 5 will be essential in the development of LINS. Mura 5 will serve as a LINS battle horse for all the flight tests of all the engineering models. Click on the link to see a previous video on PLD Space that provides more information on this innovative Spanish space startup. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to catch upcoming videos. We release new content every week, focusing on the lesser known space startups that often don't get the spotlight on other channels or platforms. See you soon!